A shot is like a blowjob. This is the after show for the Real Housewives of Dallas.
I'm Maria Menounos, and you're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Hey. We back, girl. I feel like I haven't seen you forever for some reason.
Yeah, it's been a long week.
It's been a long week. I feel like we missed like 2 weeks or something. What is going on, guys? Happy Wednesday. I'm your host, Raylene T. I'm here with Real Housewives guru, my girl, Erica D.
What's up, party people?
Woo, woo, woo.
Hey.
Okay, we're on our 5th episode, girl. Worst vacation ever. This is their last night in Cayares, Mexico.
Yes.
The shot is like a blowjob, honestly. I had to open up with that because I've never heard of taking shots. I've never heard it referred to in that way before.
Neither have I. That is a new one. Although they do have that shot called slow orgasm. They do have shots that are named after certain things.
Look, I'm about to try to see what these shots are about, Erica. Let me know.
But I don't know. I don't drink them, girl. I don't drink anything too creamy looking. That's not my thing. So, but they do exist. Yes.
Look, LeeAnn needed a shot.
Girl.
Several. This I didn't like this LeeAnn today. You know, I like LeeAnn, but today was not not my day. A lot of negativity from her.
Yeah.
And not saying like this is new. We've seen it already, the last 2 episodes, but come on now.
Yeah, I don't know. Are y'all on your period on this trip? Like, what is going on? She, this whole trip, she's just been, I think from the beginning, sort of kind of had an attitude from like jump. So it's been kind of,
and
I'm like, I ain't traveling with you, girl. I'm just
what
gonna
is
say.
what is triggering this? And we left last episode with Brandi and Cam getting into it with the whole trash and the napkin throwing, and it was a whole mess. But I'm glad that they got to sit it out and talk about it, and now everything seems to be cool. However,
until Cameron calls her trash again. I'm just
very
saying,
true.
Just because we know, and because at the end of the day, you think what you really think, and that's really how she sees her. Not that Cameron is like queen of whatever, Dallas or whatever, but yeah, she definitely I think has that perspective, and she knows it really gets to Brandi. So I think, I'm sure it'll resurface eventually.
And this is the thing. Not to say that because if she does do it again, to take this her apology not serious, but I do commend anybody who is going to apologize, because it is hard for some people to say, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that, if anything made you feel like that. So in that sense, you know what, okay, kudos to Cameron. I just wish that LeeAnn, she doesn't even have that capability to just do that and just be like, you know what, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that, let's dust it off and call it a day. It just seems like everything just like keeps piling every time you're trying to apologize or reconcile with her.
Exactly. I definitely feel like she's one of those people where she always feels like she's right, and she's been so wronged that she never backs down from that position. So she's always like, no, and this is my history, and this is my life, and this is what I went through, and all of that. So
it's just too much. And then, okay, so here's the thing. So Cameron and Brandi got to have this private moment on the beach together. I do feel that they should have gave LeeAnn that same respect then. If that's what's going to happen, if everybody needs to have a private moment to apologize, then that same energy, I guess, should have been kept with LeeAnn. And that's what Stephanie was trying to communicate for LeeAnn when they were on the bus. And I agree. Only because they know how LeeAnn gets. So if you're going to do that with one group, then you're going to have to do that with every group. Because at a certain point, we all have, like I said before, we all have those friends and we know how they act. We know their personalities, and sometimes it's a little off the wall and sometimes it's crazy. But we just got to babysit them a little and entertain whatever craziness they got going on. Even if it's like, oh, really, I got to do that? But for LeeAnn, you being around her for so long, I would think as friends they would know, like, okay, if I'm gonna say that I'm gonna do something, then I have to stick by it and keep that same type of, like I said, same energy with LeeAnn too.
Yeah, I mean, no, I agree to it to an extent, but I think with LeeAnn, part of the issue is when you apologize, or I think two things. One is if you started the mess in front of the group, then I feel like you should apologize in front of the group too.
Okay.
That's one thing. And then two, I also feel like so much of it, because even with Brandi and Cameron from the last episode, it was like, well, they said whatever to each other, and then, it took Cary to kind of go back and reinterpret. And that's the thing, I think so many times, not that you have to do it outside of the group, but if both of you are going to come back and then start like gossiping among people and it's just going to remain messy, then that's the point of having everyone there, because that kind of holds everyone accountable to what's going on. That's the only thing. I think it does kind of, because even before with LeeAnn, Cary was like, well, no, it didn't really happen like that. And so, I think so many things get twisted when you start the messiness in the group, but then try to solve it, behind closed doors. But I mean, either way, I think is fine.
Yeah. I would say that it's just harder for LeeAnn, like I said, because she's not letting things go. It's always like, yeah, but, well, you made me feel like this, and there's really nobody can come to a resolution when it comes to her, which is very frustrating. And she does, and before, Brandi had called her out for always deflecting. I had wrote that down. I was like, LeeAnn is always talking about, like, when she was saying that she was crying because she felt left out because her mom left her, she had said, and she was like, oh, my mom left me and I don't like being alone. I'm just like,
right, yeah, like, I hate being alone, but I'm not going to participate in anything, so I don't know how this is going to work, but yeah, like, I'm not going with you guys, I'm not going down the stairs, I'm not going to the mud, I'm not doing anything, but I don't want to be by myself. Like, yeah, how are you going to go on vacation with that person? Like, I don't even know. Like, how is that even
That's what I'm
work?
saying. It's just, it's too much. That's why I said when she had the drinks and she was loosening up and shaking her booty in the bathroom, I said, okay, I could rock with this, LeeAnn. But all of this foolishness, I just can't. And then Brandi and Steph versus Cameron. Cameron talking about how she feels that they judged her and Cary hasn't done that based on her zip code. Okay, one thing I would say is that Stephanie's trying to say that because Cameron said this, Cameron's calling her a bad friend. I think that's a reach. I don't think she's calling her a bad friend. But I don't think they judged her based on her zip code. I think they just judged her because her attitude is like hella prude. Like, she's super like uppity and stuck up and just doesn't have a good time.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think sometimes you, to me, Cameron is very judgmental. So she's going to assume, if that's how you operate, you're going to assume that anyone who has a critique of you or anyone coming at you is going to behave as you do and judge you. So I don't really think that they really judged her one way or the other in the beginning. But, she was afraid of a dildo. I mean, she just had like crazy attitude in the beginning, or she was like, oh, I can't say this. And then when her mother-in-law came on the show, I mean, she just sort of had a certain, And I don't think it was any judgment. It's just like, oh, okay, this is like how you are. Yeah. But also, I mean, to me, if you are looking down on someone, as she did on Brandi and Stephanie to an extent when she first met them, then how do you really expect them to
warm up to you and give you a chance?
Yeah, or to think anything but
she
that
was
you
not this
like
loose.
If you're looking down on me, I'm going to assume that you're stuck up. Yeah. Like, how would you think otherwise?
Because the way that she's loose in Mexico was definitely not the way she was loose when we first were introduced to Cameron.
Yeah, and she used to, like, they would play their little jokes, and she was, like, really getting mad early on. And it was like, okay, like,
girl,
I know. I was like, you're, chill out.
It is not that deep. But yeah, Cameron. And that's why I think that her and LeeAnn are friends, because in a way with their emotions, they're so extra. Like, it's just so extra.
Yeah, her and, because I've always thought that she and LeeAnn were an interesting friendship, because to me, she's so tight with LeeAnn, but as LeeAnn has pointed out, she has some very similar characteristics as Brandi. And for some reason, Cameron is okay if LeeAnn does some kind of craziness, but if Brandi does it, or Brandi and Stephanie combo, then it's trashy, or it's, whatever. She always has these sort of comments to make about them. But LeeAnn is basically, from a similar background as Brandi, if not worse. So it's interesting that she bonded so much with her.
Yeah, I think that she does want, in a sense, to be more like Stephanie and Brandi, in a sense of maybe letting her hair down.
And then also, I think too, she probably wants more of a real friendship like they have.
Yes.
Because she's not really, I think people are cool with her, but nobody's like tight with her like that. And I think initially, obviously, when they first came on the show, it was D'Andra and LeeAnn. So, it's like, when you use somebody's replacement. So I think she probably, she's tight with LeeAnn. Almost like she has to be. So I think she is more jealous of really probably their closeness and their friendship.
And to me, personally, I think that Brandi and Stephanie, something about their aura just gives the cool girl vibes. Like, you want to be a part of the posse. And it's not like they're like mean girls, but it's just like they're the cool girls. They're the girls that you want to hang out with. And I think, like I said, Cameron wants to be like that, but part of her is just so judgy, stuck up, and those characteristics really match with LeeAnn. Really match with LeeAnn.
I think they match with LeeAnn because although LeeAnn didn't come from that arena, she longs for it. So she has a lot of respect for it that the other people don't really have. Like Brandi and Stephanie both kind of married money. And although I think I have to look at Cameron's history, but she didn't grow up poor or anything, but she married into wealth as well. So I'm like, okay, girl, slow your roll. You weren't born a Kennedy or nothing. So why are you tripping like that? But, so I think, and Deandra's kind of trying to shake that thing loose. So it'll be interesting to see how the new Cary will intermingle among the society.
I know.
People.
I'm really happy that Cary, Stephanie, and D'Andra went to the mud.
Right.
Mud spot to get some clarity. And it seemed, to me, I'm not going to knock anybody's sense of trying to find clarity and spiritual clearness. Like, go for it. But I do think that LeeAnn should have definitely been there. For sure.
Girl, LeeAnn, mud is so good for your skin. I'm just letting you know, because, on this episode, you have your wedding coming up. Clear that stuff. What I'm saying. Do what you got to do, girl, to get it right for your wedding. So you should have gone.
And I feel like D'Andra really did have a breakthrough in there.
Yeah.
I felt when she was talking about it at the table, what she was saying was truly genuine, and her wanting LeeAnn to be there so that she could have had that same experience and let go of all, the BS that they had in their relationship. I feel like that would have been great. But of course, like I said, she wasn't there.
Yeah. And you do also, I think, have to come from a place where you want to let that go. And I don't think at this point, hopefully after her wedding or something, but at this point she's not really there where she's trying to really move beyond things. I think she's kind of like faking the funk sort of for the cameras or whatever, and not really, because she doesn't really seem like she wants to move on, honestly.
No, not at all. And speaking of moving on,
well, Well, I should say this before we move on.
Yeah, go ahead.
You guys, let me share something with you. Thank you so much for making us the ESPN of TV talk. We could not do it without you. So please, we certainly need your help. And so if you enjoy what we do here, then like, subscribe, listen to us on iTunes or SoundCloud. And if you're there, comment, give us 5 stars. Or if you're watching us right now, give us a thumbs up. Because hey, you're already here. But thank you so much for following us and watching us and engaging with us and, chit-chatting with us and making comments, because you give us a chance to really do what we love here. Thank you for making us the ESPN of TV talk.
Yeah. So look, Brandi calling out LeeAnn at the end of this episode. I thought that we were going to really... No, I didn't. I thought we were going to really hit some ground here, but no, I knew we weren't. LeeAnn, one line. Oh, you know me well? When's my period?
Girl, I was like, LeeAnn, are you still getting your period? Do you know where your period is? You know what I'm saying? Why we got to find your period, girl? I'm just saying. The period, I was like, oh my gosh.
That's
awkward, because I know, especially Stephanie and Bray, they're probably looking like, really? What? Do you know where your period is? You got to, I don't know. That's all I can think of. Girl, why would you say that? No, don't say that.
And to me, that's the extraness I'm talking about. Who yells that out? Who throws a napkin in somebody's face when they say effing Cameron? That's what I'm talking about. Cameron and LeeAnn they just be spazzing. I don't know what their trigger is, but they just be spazzing when you just confront them with anything. I'm shocked. Shook. Okay? And you should see what shame does to a body, Erica. Shame do a body good, though, LeeAnn.
Well, LeeAnn, I saw you trying to fat shame Cameron. She is 6 feet tall and she has a lot to fill. Let that girl eat what she want to eat. If she want cheese on everything, queso.
She said, that's fattening.
Yeah, that's what cheese does, girl. Exactly. I was like, what?
I was like, girl, get that pasta with cheese. I just had pasta with cheese today.
And more importantly, Cameron already has a husband, so she doesn't have to starve herself for a wedding. I'm just saying.
And look, okay. And on that note, talking about her wedding, I don't understand the whole... I'm hurt that you guys are making this about Deandra's 50th. Your 50th was 2 weeks ago. But my wedding, I'm having a very important day. You guys aren't doing anything for it. First of all, you just said that you don't even want D'Andra invited. So why are we going to be celebrating something where not everybody is being invited?
I thought that was great, because D'Andra was like, well, I wasn't invited, so why should I worry about it? Which I thought was a good response. But secondly, I'm like, maybe you didn't hear the invite, because the original invite was because D'Andra had no money to go anywhere for her birthday. This was to celebrate her birthday. So thus, when we get here, we go celebrate her birthday. So if you want to do something or should you be nicer to Cary, you want to come back to her house for your bridal, thank you, something like that, then so that part was I think really what she wanted to say is that she was, or not what she wanted to say, but what she really felt was, I think she's driven a lot by jealousy. So I think she was jealous of the attention given to Deandra,
yes,
obviously, because it's okay, we already told you this 3 weeks ago. Why are you shocked now that we actually are celebrating? Why is it a surprise? So that part was kind of okay, really?
Deflect, girl.
I was well, maybe you should, if you was worried, you should have come to the mud room. You could have talked it out there.
Speaking of talk, I know we got some news. Oh, actually, we don't even got no news, because we got some special segments right now.
Yes,
we're talking to people. We're talking to people on the Twitter.
Okay, so we're gonna see what people had to say on Twitter, but mostly, honestly, LeeAnn, you're gonna have to straighten up and fly right by the end of the season, because nobody's really feeling you right now.
Yeah, and I was rooting. I was rooting.
I actually like LeeAnn.
Me too.
She keeps it spicy, but she's these last couple episodes, she's been grumpy.
She's been a dud. Yeah,
she's been grumpy. Okay.
Oh so my gosh, this one is so loving
cute.
It already.
All right, I should have blown this one up a little bit, but basically, last season her earrings, she had the condom earrings, and then this season she has the shrimp earrings, because I assume they're talking about earlier. And it's so funny because she's so sensitive, so that's why.
Oh my god,
Pam and her funky earring choices. Yes. Okay, let's see.
She didn't maybe make an earring line. She worried about dog food.
I know, she should. Okay. Oh, now you're upset you didn't go into the sweat lodge? Of course, LeeAnn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like everything is like a dig to her, I think.
And it shouldn't be.
It should not.
And I'm just so tired of her saying that, well, I don't live in the past. Like, I'm not.
Oh, yeah. I was like, you don't live in the past. True. But you give us constant flashbacks. And it's equally as irritating. Like, anytime she gets into an argument, you know I was molested. You know my mama left me. Then it's like, okay, well, all right. Thanks. Good night. Like, what do you say to that? You cannot say anything to her. So to me, it's like,
I'm calling it a night after that.
Exactly. Engage the person in what their issue is with you, and maybe something can be resolved. But constantly throwing your childhood in their face to shut down the conversation as opposed to like really connect, I think is honestly.
And her comparing her doing that to Brandi's feeling of being called white trash is definitely not the same. I've literally only heard this white trash being talked about twice. Like,
and mostly too, it's because people have called her trash. Yeah, it's not like she's like, oh my gosh, I hate being trashy. Like, you know, she's happy with where she is, but it's when she gets these other comments about her, again, especially since she knows kind of where these women are coming from and what their perspective is. Oh, okay. LeeAnn is crazy, period. Can we bring Cary back? Cary with the C.
I do.
Yes.
Yeah, I like that character. Cary, she be holding everybody accountable. She a little shady, a little messy. I like it all.
I mean, she's a little messy, but there's nothing like the
though.
nanny hookup. You know what I'm saying? Like that. There's nothing like this.
She good messy.
And going from nanny to queen bee. I think I like the come up. All right, let's see. I thought I was hearing things, but no, LeeAnn really did say to Cary, this was amazing. Thank you for having us. I need to pick my job off the floor now. Yeah.
First of all, my jaw was on the floor when they was talking about everybody's pubic hair situation tonight.
Oh my gosh.
I said, wait,
goodness.
what?
Yes.
What kind of situation is LeeAnn? Who's this the hairiest?
Thank you. Ooh. Oh my goodness.
And D'Andra's like, first of all, I have a landing strip cut to Brandi. That is a whole air. I said, damn! We're putting her business out like that?
Exactly. The shade of it all.
Oh, Lord. I can't. I didn't even.
And if your airport is gray, just get rid of it. That's just my shout out to the peoples. Just letting y'all know.
Not great.
I mean, just saying, you know.
It's snowing in Dallas, ladies and gentlemen.
Exactly. If it's snowing in Dallas, then just let it go. Be free. Be free.
I know we got some news, so let's get into this news.
All right.
TV news.
So since we ended, or there was a tweet in there about bringing Cary back.
Yes.
We have a photo here. So Cary is in Paris with, her paycheck. I mean, her husband,
Girl!
Dr. Mark. And they're there for Fashion Week in Paris. And here she is. And I'm not from the ghetto or hood or anything, but I don't know how to pronounce it. It's Hermes. Those really expensive bags. Those are the booty shorts she has on. So I don't know how many hundreds of thousands of dollars those shorts cost, but her legs are banging. I will give her that. She always keep her body tight. She's always kept her body tight.
Those are great.
And that's what you have to do to keep your plastic surgeon husband.
That's true. So, I wish I had a plastic surgeon husband.
I know. And I mean,
Okay, who do you think dressed her?
I think he did.
You think so, huh?
Oh yeah, because he always does.
Right?
He probably bought those shorts. He's probably like, okay, and you have to wear them with that sweater because that's how they go together. And she was probably like, but what shoes? And he was like, the ones I put out for you. Wear those. Because he was always like checking her like that.
He was so into picking up the shoes.
He was like the most metrosexual of the metrosexuals, but I'm here for it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, yeah, if you're gonna dress me in Hermes or whatever, then you can buy me a sweater. I'm good. I'll be all right with it. Yes, make it happen, Dr. Mark.
Dr. Money, Dr. Millions.
Yes.
So look, let's get into some AfterBuzz TV predictions, shall we?
AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Look, this show need to pick it up. They need to pick up the drama. Like, I need some more angst.
I agree.
It was just too much boohoo tears on this trip. Like, it was drama, yes, but it was just too much emotional drama. I need a little spice.
Yeah, maybe it was too early for the trip because I don't know. Maybe they need to get into the thick of it a little bit more. All right, so my prediction is that not next episode, but at least by next year, D'Andra got to get a real job. That's my prediction.
Girl,
because her mama is living off her trust fund as we speak.
You're kidding? No.
I love me some Mama D. I feel like she should have her own star, whatever they give them. But she knows she spent that girl's money. She knows because she's like, yeah, I'm not gonna tell you what's in there. You don't get it till after I'm gone.
How much you think is in that trust right now?
She's gonna be lucky if she can get a Happy Meal at the end of the day. Like, I think was because now, especially now that her mother is not gonna be getting that salary, and she agreed, because that's why her mother was probably like, oh, okay, no worries. I don't need you to pay me anything from the company because I'm living off your trust fund. So I'll holler at you later. But I love Mama D though.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. And
no, I love
honestly,
Mama D too.
Honestly, to keep it 100, it's like, shoot, I was the one that picked. She was the one who picked that husband, picked him out, said she was gonna marry him, and did the damn thing and worked. She worked for that money. That's her money anyway, really. So D'Andra, I would suggest you save, girl, because you might need a real job
real fast. Real hot minute. I'm not thinking that this bridal shower is gonna go great on this next episode. I think it's gonna be, I predict it to be very dry.
I agree, because strippers at 1 p.m. sounds
1 p.m.
I don't know.
Yeah,
we didn't actually see any strippers. We just saw them dressing crazy.
But
so I don't know.
1 p.m. for a bridal shower?
Yeah, that was
it's gonna be real dry. Real dry. But I love Cary, but what the hell? Who is she dressed up as? I don't know. I'm like, wait, what is the theme?
I don't know, because she said she was dressed like a prostitute, and I would stand
like
to agree.
flapper.
I was like, okay. I was like, I see where you're going. I don't know what street you're on, but I see where you're going.
You gave me like a great Gatsby prostitute.
Yes. Prostitution from the 20s. That's what she was doing. So it's interesting. I hope that LeeAnn can kind of, bring it together. And I know she's the messy person.
Going to be on her, so
yeah.
hopefully, everything will be in her court. So, we shall see.
Yes, we shall. It'll be interesting.
Well, guys, this about does it for us here at AfterBuzz for the Real Housewives of Dallas. I'm your host, Raylan T. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Raylan Taryn. Erica, let the people know where they can find you.
All right, party people, I'm Erica Edwards, and you can follow me on all of my social media at Erica. That's ERIKA, D as in door, Edwards. Ciao for now, folks.
Follow everything AfterBuzz TV at AfterBuzz TV. Bye.
Buzz you later, people.
Our founder, Kevin Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.